So then guys, the new iPhone Air 2 looks like it could be delayed, but it is going to be coming out with an updated new design upon its release. And today I want to go over 4 leaks and rumors or information I want to tell you about the new iPhone Air 2. But first of all, let's quickly go where we are with the current iPhone Air. Now the current iPhone Air got introduced to us this year in 2025, and I must admit, this feels amazing in your hand, an iPhone Air. It is super slim and it is amazing. The screen looks crystal clear, and yeah, you get the full iOS experience. Now, I do actually really like my iPhone Air, but if there was 2 problems with it, I would put them down to simply this. One is that I do not have the likes of an ultra-wide camera on it, and also the price. Now, let me explain what I mean here. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to be going, well, what about battery life? Well, to me, I'm going to say this. Battery life hasn't been a problem on this. The battery life what I get on this is around the same as what I got with an iPhone 16 Pro last year, or even an iPhone 16 Plus last year. And we can't complain. That was terrible battery life. I know we've had better battery life since then, but even compared to, say, an iPhone 15 Pro Max even 2 years ago, and that's the largest one and chunkier, the battery life in this matches that. So yeah, I'm not going to complain about battery life, because for what it is, battery life is okay. I'm not going to say it's amazing. I'm not going to say it's terrible. So battery life is not the problem with this phone. The problem with it, like I said, is its price and also missing some other features. What I'm talking about is that you can actually pick up the likes of, say, an iPhone 17 normal for $799 US. And on that phone, you get the likes of a better battery life than what we got with the iPhone Air, even though that's, let's say, an extra hour compared to it. It's not a lot, but the point is it's cheaper. Plus, also, you get the same type of display, a ProMotion display, guaranteed it is slightly smaller, but then on top of this too, you also get that ultra wide camera. Yet it's $799 US, whereas this one here is, you know, $1,000. It's $999 for what it is. We're missing a camera. Battery life is ever so less, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense for it. Now, the other thing what I don't get with this phone is that it's also got the A19 Pro inside of it. Now, the A19 Pro is a great chip, but personally, I don't think this phone should have that, because at the end of the day, Apple advertises as a Pro phone, but really, it is not. It's missing, you know, those cameras. It's also missing, you know, a Pro kind of battery life. And I think a lot of you guys would also agree with me. Having just a regular A19 in this, and if Apple shaved off $100, say this phone was $899 US with just the regular A19, you guys would have been fine with it. So would have I. And I think this is what needs to happen in the future, that Apple need to make this change of making this phone $899 US with the likes of, say, an A20 normal, not A20 Pro, and then they also need to add an extra camera onto it. And funny enough, that now leads us onto the leaks that we've heard about. So let's get started with this right away. So first of all, the first bit of information I want to pass on to you guys is because of the price and because of the lack of features inside of this phone, it's not been selling the best. As you can see from this report right here, it looks like that iPhone Air sales have flatlined. The hype, the people who wanted to get it on day one, got it, and that is it. It is missing too many other features that a lot of people want, or they're just going for the normal iPhone 17 regular because it's cheaper and yeah, at the end of the day, slightly smaller screen, but slightly better battery life, and yeah, it's giving you more features. So what's the point in the iPhone Air? So it looks like it has flatlined in sales. So Apple do have a plan here to actually make this better. And this leads on to leak number 2. And that says it looks like the iPhone has been pulled out from its release in 2026. It doesn't look like it's going to come in September time in 2026. What is more likely going to happen now, it's going to be moved over to 2027, but around about March time or springtime. And that, funny enough, is when the time we're going to see the likes of the regular iPhone 18 and also the likes of the iPhone 18e. And you heard me right there, because at the end of 2026, we're going to get the likes of the 18 Pro models, but we're also going to get the first foldable iPhone. And Apple are parting their ways with these phones. So that Air second generation of this, and then also the likes of the normal iPhone 18 and also the likes of the iPhone 18e are all going to be pushed out to March 2027. So we're going to have this phone for a long time, a good 18 months until it is actually updated. But the good news is there's going to be a few other changes to this iPhone, what I'll tell you about in just a second. So then guys, switching from Android to say an iPhone sounds simple, right? But the real pain is moving everything, your photo, WhatsApp chats, contacts, the lot, without losing anything in the process. Well, today I'll show you the fastest way to transfer all of your data from Android to iOS on an iPhone. And I'm using a Galaxy Fold here to an iPhone 17, and in just one click using Wondershare's mobile trans, you can move everything over. Now, yes, you could use Apple's Move to iOS app, and yep, it is free, but it can be a little bit, let's say, temperamental. It could have slow transfers, random connection drops, not ideal when you've got gigabytes of stuff to move over. So instead, let's do the smart way. Step 1, download Mobile Trans on your computer, Windows or Mac, it doesn't matter. Step 2, plug in both your phones, your Galaxy Fold like I've got right here, and then also my iPhone on the other. Then select what you want to move, photos, video, contacts, WhatsApp messages, and then just hit transfer. And that's it. Within minutes, your phone looks just like your old phone. Same data with chats, everything just transferred over with no fuss. The cool thing is you can even use Mobile Trans WhatsApp app transfer feature, and it will allow you to move all your media, stickers and everything over perfectly, and even the layout of your old home screen. No cloud syncing, no factory resets, just fast, reliable transfers. So if you're jumping from Android to iPhone here, do it the easy way. Try Wondershare Mobile Trans and check out the link below of this video for more details about it. So, coming back then to the iPhone Air 2, what else is going to be changing? Well, we've heard for this third big leak that we are going to be getting a second camera added to this phone, what is really good, because this to me is one of the fundamental missing features that I spoke about at the beginning of this video, what is missing from this phone. So what we are essentially going to be getting is we're going to get an ultra wide camera added to it. So it's going to be putting that camera plateau at the top. But I know what you guys are going to think here with that. Well, how are we going to do things like videos for, say, Vision Pro? Because obviously you've got to have the cameras in a vertical sort of stack. How's that going to work out? Well, I believe that Apple are going to introduce probably some more sensors very similar to like what they have with their front-facing one. Remember the front-facing one is kind of more of a square sensor, and that is how we get the likes of saying having pictures in portrait and also having them in landscape. And it looks like this is what Apple also introduced to their camera lenses on the rear going forwards too. So this does make a lot of sense if they do this, that obviously you still will be able to do that kind of vision kind of videos, therefore, if you do own a Vision Pro. So there's some great news there. Now the other leak, the fourth one we've heard about, is that Apple are also working on the next generations of chips. So we are going to be getting the likes of the A20 with this phone. And like I said, I'm hoping it's going to be the A20 normal, not the A20 Pro, because personally, if they do that, it could bring down the price by about $100. And the A20 obviously is going to be way faster than an A19 Pro. But the other thing what goes along with that is that we'd probably also see the next generation of their communication chips and networking chips. So I'm talking the like of the C2 chip or the C2X and also the N2 chip. What is most likely going to be even more efficient. So for those few people out there who are moaning about battery life on the Air, when, you know, even I said at the beginning of this video, it's not that bad compared that obviously this is even better than the likes of an iPhone 16 Pro in battery life, and even an iPhone 15 Pro Max, this is better than that in battery life, that we are going to get those next generations of that A20 Pro and A20 chip that will be put on a 2nm process, and then on top of that too, the N2 chip and also the C2 or C2X chip, that will probably be even more efficient as well. So battery life will be pushed out even further there. But like I said, My hopes and dreams are that we do get that second camera. That is definitely going to be on its way, it does look like, but I do hope they put the regular A20 inside of this too to bring it down by $100, because I personally think if you do that, that obviously if you had this phone sitting next to the regular iPhone 18, what's $100 less, yet it's giving battery life very similar to that phone with a larger display, it's thinner, has the dual cameras, you can see where I'm coming from, it's definitely going to be a good buy. But really guys, that is the latest and greatest we have on the iPhone Air 2. Are you excited for it? Would you get it if it does come down by $100 and also gives it a second camera and have a slightly better battery life? Or would you still skip it out? Let me know in the comments below. But on that note as well guys, it's time to wrap up the video too. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. As always, when you hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Until next time guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.